Controversy over forfeiture of assets belonging to Kaduna State Agency. As Salah approaches, buyers shun ram market in Benue, decry economic hardship. Court discharges Tigran Gambarian Nadim from tax evasion case against Binance. On the international scene, Niger scraps immunity on deposed President Bazoum. A very good evening and welcome to the News Hour on Trust TV. My name is Sagir Ibrahim. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin tonight's bulletin with news that the Kaduna State High Court has ordered the confiscation of property belonging to the Kaduna State Road Agency, KADRA, over unpaid debts. This is among the liabilities recently disclosed by Governor Obasani, inherited from former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai. The court order resulted from a lawsuit filed by individuals who had worked for the state seeking summary judgment against KADRA until the debt is fully paid. Trust TV's Bello Musa has details.
They have locked the gates. They have locked the gates. They have locked it. They have barricaded
This pandemonium at the office of the Kaduna State Roads Agency is about effecting court order to confiscate the vehicles of the agency by Kaduna State. Justice Ladan of Kaduna State High Court ordered KADRA to pay over 500 million naira to the plaintiffs by the defendants.
They filed a suit against the Kaduna Road Agency. At the end of the day, they secured judgment. The suit was filed in the year 2020, and judgment was given to them in the year 2024.
What were your prayers?
No, just for the payment of money the government, the agency is owing to the plaintiffs. That is members of the drainage. That's exactly.
How much was it?
It's 523 million and 523 million. And so that's exactly.
Counsel to the plaintiffs, Barrister Inamele Onyebesi, further explained that the case lasted for many years, noting that some group of individuals who worked for the state during the last administration were yet to be paid.
The matter in court from 2020, the suit was filed in the year, that was September 2020, and then the judgment was delivered 2024. That the Kaduna Road Agency should pay the money to the plaintiffs. The matter is a case that was taken to full trial. So it's not as if there is anything.
Property confiscated at the main office of KADRA and its site include heavy trucks, Hilux vehicles, among others. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
And former members of the Kaduna State Executive Council who served under the immediate past government of ex-Governor Nasir El-Rufai have refuted a report by the State Assembly indicting their principal. The Kaduna State House of Assembly had initiated a probe into the El-Rufai government of 2015 to 2023, indicting the administration for alleged corruption. But days after the indictment, ex-co members who served under El-Rufai denied the claim, maintaining they served the state with integrity. According to the commissioners, during the 8 years of their service, the administration impacted Kaduna State with innovations that accelerated the modernization of the state, prioritized human capital development, expanded its infrastructure, improved its business standing, promoted equality of opportunity. And now to stories on the cost of living in Nigeria. The tough economic condition has taken a toll on social lives as most people can no longer celebrate festivities with merriment. Few days to this year's Salah Ram and other markets in Makurdi are devoid of the usual glamour of buying and selling. Trust TV's Jimmy Adzande brings details.
This is one of the ram markets in the Wadata part of Makurdi metropolis. In the past, a day like this would be filled with beehive of activities. but no thanks to the current economic hardships in Nigeria.
As we are selling now, it's so difficult. What we get last year is different than this year. And we don't have enough cash with us, so the market is so difficult. Something is too high for us. What we bought last year is not what we bought this year. So the market was so dull, and some people do not have money in their hand. So we are here managing.
With the prices of these rams and additional expenses, the market is quite expensive. The size of ram we sold for 60,000 last year is sold between 130 and 140,000 naira. There is trouble in the land. Imagine investing in this business only to come here without patronage. This is quite a sad one for us. On why the patronage is low, residents explain that most families can no longer afford the luxury of purchasing livestock for festivities like Eid al-Kabir.
The thing is the way they were telling the price is very funny. It's very hard. Small ram that we bought last year of 70,000 naira. This year it was 150. It is 150 now. So the thing is very funny. We don't know how the country. So every day you go to market, you see things are going up. You don't know what is happening. Please, the government needs to do something about this. Please.
The removal of petrol subsidy by President Bola Tinubu has continued to change the way of life of Nigerians. At best, most families now depend on hope for survival. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
And as Muslim faithful prepare for Eid al-Kabir celebrations amid economic hardships, residents of Kaduna State opted for dry tomatoes for their Salah meals due to the skyrocketing price of fresh tomatoes in the market. While they find solace in buying dry tomatoes, they lament that its price is also increasing as demand surges. Trust TV's Bello Musa visited the popular Zangon Animal Market and other locations in Kaduna to survey the situation. Take a look.
Salah celebration is a time for love sharing among families and friends. However, the high cost of tomatoes has forced people to opt for dry ones this year.
It is beyond our purchasing power. Even fresh tomatoes are now more expensive, and dry tomatoes are also more expensive. I do not know what to do. I am just standing here. We do not have choice of what to eat on Salah Day.
The price increase is owing to scarcity of tomato as the season has yet to begin. Measure of dry pepper is being sold for 5,000 naira, while a measure of dried tomato is 2,500 naira. There is a scarcity of fresh tomatoes, and even if there are, many cannot afford them, so they instead purchase dried tomatoes. At the Zango Animal Market in Kaduna, rams are being sold at exorbitant prices depending on their size, with some going for as high as 1 million naira. Sellers bemoan low patronage due to high prices. People are now sourcing food for their families rather than buying rams. Those that used to buy many rams can only afford few now.
So we know say this Kaduna, if salary come, market they offer. So now no salary, no market. That is my complaint.
Prices of ram this particular time is highly exorbitant. It's on the high side. Wallahi, it's on the high side. When we came, we never knew we would be able to purchase one. The one we are able to get is going for 400,000. Look at it over there. We just paid for it. Actually, we are buying it for someone. So If it were me, I don't think I'll be able to slaughter ram this year, wallahi. I would rather forgo it till some other time.
The price of this ram is 1,250,000 naira, but sellers say the market is uncertain. Surge in price has nothing to do with dollar. It is due to cost of transportation. With 5 million naira, we can only supply few rams. Son is low patronage due to economic hardship. Each animal here consumes 1,500 daily. We also give them water. At times, we sell at lesser profit.
Because if you go travel for village, go buy ram, you go carry expensive for transportation. For each one ram, 5,500, 6,000, 5,000. Last 2 days, I go to Jigawa State. I buy ram. We gather for people. We carry one trailer for 1.2. That trailer, they carry 230 for ram, for inside one trailer. So you sharing the money, dividing the money. Each one ram, it was supposed to 5,500 for each one.
Despite an increase in the number of rams and animals at various locations in Kaduna, economic realities have taken toll on potential buyers. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
And as Muslims Ummah around the globe prepare for Eid al-Adha and the animal sacrifices that comes with the festivities, the Chief Imam of 1004, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, has urged Muslims to get the best animals for the sacrifices and to also observe the fasting on the day of Arafat. He was speaking during his Friday sermon in Lagos. Trust TV's Abbas Ibrahim Alibi now reports.
Imam Suleiman Ibrahim disclosed that the best kind of animals with no defect were those recommended for sacrifice during the Eid al-Adha celebration.
We should buy the big, the nice, beautiful ram to sacrifice. The Prophet ﷺ even specifically mentioned 4 animals, 4 types of rams. Not only ram, cow, camel, and goat. These are provision for a layer. And out of these 4, it should be free from one eye. It shouldn't be bow leg. The leg has a problem. No talk of breaking leg or one leg. The same thing when it's too lean, it's sick, and it cannot even, the bone, side bones are open. No talk of the one that can shit everywhere, that cannot even stand well. All those animals is no sweet. The nature of the animal should be very clean, nice, very standing. It has no need support. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned somewhere that if you are making sadaqah, and he said, وَلَا تَيَمَّمُ الْخَبِيثَ مِنْهُ تُنْفِقُونَ, don't look what is not nice for you and you are giving it out as a sadaqah. Consider if you are the one to be giving, how do you react? That's why Allah mentioned that وَلَا تَيَمَّمُ الْخَبِيثَ مِنْهُ تُنْفِقُونَ وَلَّسْتُمْ بِآخِذِهِ إِلَّا أَن تُغْمِدُوا فِيهِ. Don't give animal that if you were to be taken, you have to close, or you have to consider some things before you can take those animals.
He also urged the Muslim Ummah, especially those who are not observing the Hajj this year, to observe the fasting of the day of Arafat due to its significance.
Falala of the day of Arafat, no Muslim will afford to left it because for the significance of the day.
He emphasized the benefits of sharing the joy and love of Eid celebration to the loved ones, neighbors, and the needy, adding that the reward of all good deeds is from Allah.
So slaughter after the salat. If necessary, wait for the imam to slaughter and witness it before you slaughter your own. But the most important is after salat, that is time for slaughtering the animal. And if necessary or good, everybody should slaughter his own with his own hand. Whether the women, they should slaughter with their own hand. So after that, you divide your animal into 3. That is the sunnah. 1 for you and your family. 1 for gift. You make gift for ordinary. Even those who make a layer, you can still give them. So gift you can give to anybody. So you do layah for a gift. Out of this gift, you can give to non-Muslim, you can give to Christian, you can give to anybody, and then you take one specially for sadaqah. That sadaqah, you make it for those who did not have ability to make a layah, and then reserve the one with your own family.
Abbas Ibrahim Alibi, Trust TV, Lagos.
And pilgrims in Mecca have begun 3 days of compulsory Hajj rituals as part of the criteria for the pilgrimage as the fifth pillar of Islam. Sharif Al-Hassan, who is in the largest tent city of Mina, brings us an update on the pilgrims' arrival.
Over 1.5 million pilgrims across the world will be converging here in Mina, the tent city, for a 3 days Hajj rituals, which include standing on the plain of Arafat, subsequent spending of the night in Muzdalifah, and stoning of the devil in Jamarat. We'll be talking to pilgrims and how readiness they are in order to embark on this rigorous spiritual journey here in Mina.
I feel very excited, very, very excited. I'm privileged to be part of this 2024 Hajj exercise. I want to use this medium to thank the government of Adamawa State, especially the executive governor of Adamawa State, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, for giving me this very opportunity to come and be part of this exercise. And I will pray for the state, Adamawa State government, and I will pray for the governor and his family and his relatives, and I will pray for the country, and I will pray for all Muslims, inshallah.
As the pilgrims continues to stay here in Mina for the period of 3 days, authorities in Saudi Arabia as well as the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria have been advising pilgrims to stay indoors and take plenty of water in order to stay hydrated in view of the current harsh weather condition in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. From Makkatum Makarama, Sharif Al-Hassan, Trust TV News.
And the Federal High Court in Kano has awarded 10 million naira compensation for Emir Aminu Ado Bayero against Kano State government that ordered for his arrest and eviction from the Nasarawa Mini Palace. Justice Simon Amobeda delivered the judgment in a fundamental right enforcement suit filed by the deposed 15th Fulani Emir. The court held that it has jurisdiction to hear and entertain the matter, being fundamental right enforcement application, averring that Ado Bayero has the liberty and legal right to move freely and live anywhere in Kano or elsewhere in Nigeria. The court, however, declined to order eviction of the reinstated Emir Mohammed Sanusi from the Gidan Rumfa Palace and sought for, in the application, counsel for Kano State government and Emir Sanusi Ibrahim Isa Wangida said the judgment is a victory for the Emir and his admirers, as the court did not void the law that warranted Sanusi's reinstatement. He said the judgment has restrained the state government or any security agencies from breaching the rights of the Emir. And also, an Abuja Federal High Court on Friday discharged Tigran Gambarian and Nadim Anjarwalla of Binance Holdings Limited for tax evasion. The case was filed before the court by the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the FIRS. The court gave the ruling on Friday after the FIRS amended its charges in response to Binance appointing a Nigerian representative, Ayodele Omotilewa. The FIRS initially filed legal proceedings against Binance and Gambarian on March 22, 2024, accusing them of tax evasion. The court's decision to discharge Gambarian and Anjarwalla came after Binance and the FIRS confirmed the appointment of Omotilewa as the company's representative. Following this confirmation, the FIRS filed new charges listing Binance as the sole defendant in the case. Meantime, cryptocurrency exchange platform Binance has expressed relief as the Federal High Court in Abuja cleared its executive Tigran Gambarian and Najim Anderwala of tax evasion charges filed by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. In a shared note, the platform said it was relieved that tax charges against Gambarian and Anderwala have been dropped because they are decision makers at the company. The crypto platform also called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to take similar steps, allowing Gambarian to return home to his family. It emphasized Gambarian's deteriorating health due to 110 days of detention during which he was diagnosed with malaria and pneumonia. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for June 19, 2024, where the application for an order for the enforcement of fundamental rights will be heard. And joining us via telephone to discuss this further is Kudus Alalafia, a legal practitioner. Hello, Barrister Kudus, and thank you for joining the news hour. So a couple of things. We have amended charges by the FIRS, which saw the names of both Najim Anderwala and the other Binance executive's name being striked out of the suit, and Binance being made, of course, the sole defendants in this case. Is this the end of the case for the two Binance executives?
Thank you very much. Good evening. Well, as far as the new charge is concerned, that is the end of the case with respect to Mr. Nadim Anjarwalla and Mr. Tigran. So they have been removed by the amended charge. They have been removed as defendants in the suit, and of course, being a fresh charge before the courts, their names have been removed by the prosecution, so there is no need for the court to keep its order, its earlier made order against them. So that was why they were discharged accordingly. Now, note that they were discharged, not appointed. Now, there's a difference between being discharged and being appointed. Now, when they are discharged, it means that government can still bring them back to court. If government wishes, they can bring them back to court. But I don't think the court appointed them, then that is the end, that is the final end of the case. But with these, since we see that the court has discharged them, they are no longer in the case, they are no longer in the matter. So the case is now Binance, so to say, and the Nigerian government. Thank you very much.
Then what about the money laundering charges that was leveled against them? Will they still need to make appearances in court for that proceeding as well?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, that I'm aware, I am not sure if the new charge contained the money laundering, except where there is another case elsewhere where they are personally charged for money laundering. If that is, then they will still answer it. But if the money laundering was part of the charges that the prosecution now amended, if they have removed the money laundering in the new charge, so to say, then they will not be called to come and answer for it. But if there is any other charge against them different from this particular one that has just been amended, then they will go and answer for it. Thank you very much.
All right then, thank you very much for the clarification and of course perspectives on the development. Barrister Kudus Alalafia, legal practitioner there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed. Have a good evening. Court of Appeal holding in Port Harcourt, Rivers State has ordered the parties involved in the ongoing House of Assembly crisis in the state to maintain status quo. The Court of Appeal gave the order in a suit instituted by Honorable Martin Chike Amewule and 24 others, the appellants, against Right Honorable Victor Okojombo and 5 others. Amewule and others had approached the Apex Court seeking to vacate the interlocutory injunction of a High Court sitting in Port Harcourt which empowered Okojombo to keep on with the leadership of the State Assembly. Justice Charles Wali of the State High Court had also in a ruling ordered Amewule and 24 others to stop parading themselves as speaker and lawmakers in the legislative arm of the state. The court also held that all the laws made by Amewule and others were in nullity until the determination of the matter. The case has been adjourned till 20th of July. Over the years, various reforms have been implemented to enhance electoral processes, ensure greater transparency and promote the independence of INEC and inclusivity. However, despite these advancements, a critical gap remains in the effective dissemination of information regarding the electoral legal framework among the populace, particularly the youth demographic. In this report, Neil Sampson speaks with stakeholders in electoral matters about the importance of bridging this information gap among citizens and the crucial role technology can play in addressing this issue. Here's his report.
The main objective of addressing the electoral information gap, particularly among the youth, is to provide easily accessible bite-sized information on electoral legal frameworks. This effort aims to enhance political consciousness and understanding among citizens, especially young people, and foster their constructive engagement in the democratic process. With the Ondo and Edo elections approaching, utilizing technology is crucial to achieving this goal.
An area where technology and information are pivotal, ensuring our young people have the tools and knowledge to engage in the democratic process actively is essential. I wish to emphasize the government's determination to deploy technologies that enhance our democratic processes. The Federal Executive Council, beyond just technologies as well, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is committed to ensuring that we formulate policies and facilitate the participation of more young people in governance.
A citizen in Edo and Ondo can go on this platform and then ask questions about my polling unit. So it's going to give you where your polling unit is. It's going to tell you where you can locate it. 2, it's also going to tell you the number of registered voters we have, and you can also in those 2 states, and then you can break it down to wards and break it down to local government. And lastly, which is the most important thing, is that nobody is telling you, okay, there's not going to be beavers is not going to be used, and then the step-by-step of how beavers is going to be used on election day.
Involving technology in electoral process is some way to go, especially in this 21st century. Other climes have gone past this. We are coming behind, but there's a way to go.
In every election, accurate and comprehensive information is necessary to ensure that all men and women understand their rights. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
With Nigeria's unemployment rate at 5%, some youths are tilting towards agriculture to earn a living as demand for produce continues to surge across the country. A cross-section of youth who spoke to Trust TV News say this is the new direction for the country as they reflect on Nigeria's democratic journey. Trust TV's Adamu Imam files in the report.
Nigeria's food crisis means an opportunity exists for farmers to step up and fill the gaps that exist due to food shortages in the country, with food inflation at over 32.74%. In Bauchi State, some youth are keen into the opportunities in agriculture to make ends meet as formal jobs are hard to come by. This life is so boring, and we have no alternative than to choose farming as our next destination, because we tried other ways but no results at all. Because we have the energy to farm, that is why we decided to come all out. My father used to tell us about buying grains in the markets. So now I decided to engage myself fully in farming activities because I need to be self-reliant and feed my family with what I cultivate for at least 1 good year. Just in case, I am doing this to get food security. I am not praying for unfortunate to happen. Some of the respondents decry the unending hardship in the country, which is forcing a lot of people to the brink.
So
you must go from either we like it or not to find solution in this life. So remember, if you see me, I'm a new military regime. So there's a lot of major problem that generally that is a universal problem in Nigeria. That's why if I didn't have a duty, I'll pack my duty and go farm to come and find money to go and feed my family.
So democracy there is good. So based on their development country, but Nigeria are under development country. So the problem is more challenges. That is why now.
If you look at the Nigerian flag, what we learned right from the primary school can say is green, white, green. And maybe if you're now going to look at it and see what does these symbols mean, you see that the green is for the, look at that, is for the agriculture. So now I believe that without food, there's a lot of problem.
Many say the removal of fuel subsidy has created a critical situation in the country, with poverty increasing at an alarming rate. For these youths, famine has presented them with a lifeline for survival. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
A lack of transparency and accountability have been identified as the major setback to the development of Nigeria in the last 25 years. Benue residents say for the country to get it right, corruption must be rooted out from the social, economic and political offices. Trust TV's Jimmy Adzande brings us more.
The residents highlighted activities of state governors whom they say have performed below the expectations of Nigerians. They pointed out that most public office holders leave their respective duty posts richer than the establishments.
We expect to see some level of transparency and accountability on the state or the state governors, just the way we are seeing with the federal government. And in most states, people don't really seem to know what's happening. People don't even know about the allowances, and a lot of things regarding the cost of governance. And also reduce costs and ensure that across board, they see to it that the sufferings of Nigerians are reduced.
Others say the failure of leadership is not peculiar to Nigeria.
Africa, politics of underdevelopment is the order of the day. It is key. Everybody is concerned about getting involved in corrupt practices. And so until our people realize that this kind of politics that we play here in Africa is not getting us anywhere.
The vision of the president, if he puts you there in a particular position as a minister, he has to give you a target on what he expects you to do. And if you don't meet the target, then you should be shown the way out.
Redemption to the local people within the state and also within their locals, has turned out to be not just only a huge disappointment, but also a dangerous menace to the already disease they had before the establishment of the system. So to my mind, it's not working.
They are saying patriotism can eliminate some of these excesses from the political elites in Nigeria, a situation that will pave way for a better country.
We do not have any other country. This is ours. And for us to have it, change for the people to like Nigeria and want to stay back to work and earn a living and to also live a robust life, we need to restructure every aspect of our citizenship. We need to restructure our government. We need to restructure politically. We need to restructure economically.
Nigerian leaders often acknowledge the rough in the system while seeking for power, but in most cases left these offices worse than they met them. Benue residents say that governance has been reduced to economic prosperity for family and friends. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
Leaders and members of Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities in Imo State are calling on the State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, to, as a matter of urgency, come to their aid. The PWD group are lamenting the inhuman treatment they are being subjected to by some groups of persons claiming to be acting on behalf of the governor. Trust TV's Ajibade Praise tells us more in this report.
The group said they arrived at Okigwe Road, which used to be the former secretariat in the state, and noticed a boldly written notice of eviction by the OCDA asking them to quit the premises within 14 days. Speaking through their chairman, Chino Yerem Clinton, they said the governor has been so supportive and will not subject them to such inhumane conditions.
As you can see, you see so many businesses bubbling around here.
Some people run cold rooms, some run joints and the fast food businesses. So they've been giving this place out to business people. It got to this place, they said we have to leave, and they have people they want to give this place to. And we said, no, we have to let the governor know, because if the governor gets to know about this, the governor cannot ask us to quit.
While they express gratitude over the support given to them by the governor, they plead with him to call on those troubling them to order.
Cannot ask us to quit. If he asks us to quit, maybe he wants to use this place for anything, the governor would want us to go to another place. He will make provision. So allow us get to the governor. But since that time, they have not allowed us to sleep. They come in here with people carrying gun, harassing everybody, persons with disabilities. At times, some of them would start running and they, get injured. At night, we don't sleep again. The other day, over 20 uniformed men barged into this place carrying guns, shouting on everybody, get out from this place, get out. OCDA people came in their own groups with their own policemen.
This is the premises where the less privileged talking about the people living with disability in Imo State resides. They've been here since 2020, and it appears that some group of persons are now planning to, evict them from here. They believe this is not, the wish of the governor. They believe the people are doing this without the consent of the governor, and they are calling on the governor to intervene in this matter, because if they live here, certainly they don't have where to go at the moment. Some of them even complain of no job. They complain of the hardship. Nigeria at the moment is hard for those who are even able, not to talk of those who are living with disability. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has said that a roadcraft crash that occurred in Kwara State has claimed the lives of 19 persons. The Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed disclosed this while addressing a press conference on Friday in Abuja. He said the accident occurred at Kambi village on the Oloru New Jeba route in Kwara State on Thursday. The Corps Marshal revealed that preliminary investigation revealed that the crash, which occurred as a result of excessive speed and wrongful overtaking, involved two vehicles, a blue Iveco trailer with no trace of registration and a white Toyota Hiace bus with registration number LSD 363YE. Mohammed stated a total of 25 people were involved, comprising 13 male adults, 5 female adults, 2 female children and 5 male children. And in order to minimize accidents on the road during the Salah celebration, Federal Road Safety Corps, the FRSC, has reiterated its commitment to ensuring the compliance with traffic rules and regulations. This was made known on Friday, 2 days to Eid el-Kabir, by Taraba State Sector Command, while sensitizing members of National Road Transport Owners, NARTO, National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW. Taraba State Sector Command said there is need for collaboration to ensure peaceful operations during the period.
It is gratifying to note that, in line with the need to combat these ugly trends, as well as meet up with the changing time, especially development coming from these unsafe behaviors, like this use of trailers to convey passengers, the Corps introduced some key safety initiatives to tackle the menace. One of these is the result-oriented effort that has been directed toward effective collaboration with the Nigerian Bar Association and the state judiciary for timely prosecution of drivers and vehicle owners caught contravening established traffic regulations like overloading, dangerous driving, use of phone, as well as speeding.
And the leadership of the Oyo-Osun Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has restated its commitment to the fight against drug use and abuse. The area controller for the command, Ben Oramalugo, gave this assurance in Ibadan when he handed over a large consignment of seized substances suspected to be cannabis sativa worth over 15 million naira to the leadership of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Briefing newsmen, the area controller urged parents to instill positive values in their wards, while also stating emphatically that customs under his watch would go all out to deal a decisive blow on drug users in a bid to stem the negative trend, which according to him has destroyed many lives and adversely affected our youth.
Because of the good relationship and the synergy that has been existing between MDLA and customs. So I wish to commend him and to tell him and to thank you for your job well done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
According to 2018 postulation by United Nations on Crime, it said 1 out of every 7 between the ages of 15 and 64 are addicted to drug in Nigeria. Even the president himself said that fight against drug is not a matter of policy. It's a matter of moral imperative. And any nation that is at war with drug is on the wrong side of history. Our youth that are futures of tomorrow, the institution we have, if we don't take care, they will be destroyed by the usage of drug.
You're watching the News Hour on Trust TV. Let's now join Yusuf Akogo for Business News Update.
Welcome to Business News. I am Yusuf Akogo. The federal government says it is seeking a $500 million loan from the World Bank for rural infrastructure and agricultural marketing. The fund is expected to address the need for better connectivity in rural Nigeria, where 92 million people currently lack access to good roads. The policy document noted that Nigeria's road network is relatively extensive, encompassing approximately 194,000 kilometers of roads. This includes 34,000 kilometers of federal roads, 30,000 kilometers of state roads, and 130,000 kilometers of registered rural roads. The RAMSO project aims to improve rural access and climate resilience, thereby boosting agricultural potential and marketing prospects for Nigerian communities. The total cost of the RAMSO project is estimated at $600 million, with World Bank expected to provide 83.33% of the required funding. The president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, said it is expanding the storage capacity of his refinery by 600 million liters. This, according to him, will enable the refinery to have a storage capacity of 5.3 billion liters. Dangote spoke at the Afrenzim annual meetings and Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum in Nassau, the Bahamas, on Wednesday. The billionaire alleged that international oil companies have refused to sell crude oil to his refinery because they did not want him to succeed. The business mogul said the refinery will be a strategic reserve for refined products. The Dangote Petrochemical Refinery currently has 4.78 billion liters of storage capacity for refined petroleum products. Nigeria's equities market closed the week positive ahead of Eid al-Kabir's holiday. Let's see how the data went down today. Of course, the top gaining equities there are dominated by some middle and high caps equities there by Guinness Nigerian PLC, 9.95% it gained to close at 60 naira and 25 kobo per share. And Transat up there as well, 9.89% to close at 5 naira. At the close of business today, of course, Unity Bank Nigeria PLC 9.84% to close at 1 naira and 34 kobo per share. Of course, this has moved up the market up marginally by 0.09%. Volume of trade 318.100 million shares, valued at 4.950 billion naira. In addition of 7,302 did exchange that among investors today. Of course, top trading equities is dominated by the banking sector. The Sterling Bank leading the charge there, 42.259 million shares traded. Zenith Bank Nigeria PLC, T1 Bank 28.033 million shares. Of course, Fidelity Bank 25.104 million shares traded there. Some equities ended on the losing side of the market, leading that that table is Academy PLC, down 9.85% to close at 1 naira and 83 kobo per share. CWG Computer Warehouse Group, they're down 9.40% to close at 5 naira and 30 kobo per share. Of course, Prestige, an insurance company, down 5.56% to close at 51 kobo per share. That's the highlight of stock trading as it went down this Friday on the floor of NGS. Let's see the global stock market and exchange rate data for today. Brent oil futures price steadies on Friday and on course for their best week in more than 4 months after solid projection for crude oil and fuel demand. At the London market, Brent crude sells for $83 per barrel. For the oil basket, price moves up to $82 per barrel. And that's business. I am Yusuf Akubu.
Thanks to Yusuf for business news. And away from Nigeria, Niger's top court on Friday lifted the immunity of President Mohamed Bazoum, paving the way for a possible trial after his ouster in a July 2023 military coup. The Niger authorities accused Bazoum of treason, financing terrorism and plotting to undermine the state. He has been held at the presidential residence with his wife Hadiza since the coup on July 26. After Friday's hearing, Old Salim Mohammed, one of Bazoum's lawyers, said they took note of the decision and that the defense team would make a statement shortly. Bazoum is accused of having spoken by telephone with French President Emmanuel Macron and U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken in a bid for support by an armed intervention during the coup. The court hearing had been postponed twice, with Bazoum's lawyers complaining of several obstacles to the right of a defense. And the Benin court has jailed 3 Nigerians who were detained last week at a port as diplomatic tensions deepened between the 2 West African neighbors. 5 Nigerians were arrested last week at Semekpuji, accused of entering the port illegally. 3 of the 5, including the Deputy General Director of the oil company WAPCO Niger, were jailed on Thursday after appearing before a judge. Their trial is set to begin on Monday, June 17. Ties between Benin and Niger have been strained since last year's coup that ousted Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum, and Benin's port of Semekpuji, which exports Niger's oil, is a flashpoint. Let's now join Emmanuel Fashimi for Sport News Update.
Nigerian Under-17 women's football team, the Flamingos, has qualified for the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Dominican Republic. The Flamingos beat Liberia 2-0 in the return leg of the qualifiers at the Moshood Abila National Stadium to complete a 6-1 aggregate score after the first leg ended 4-1 in favor of Nigeria. Chidi Harmony scored the 2 goals to seek qualification for the country. Nigeria finished third at the last edition held in India, as Spain are the defending champions of the Women's Cadet Championship. The tournament is bid for the 16th October to 3rd November 2024 in Dominican Republic. The Nigerian Tech Ball World Championship qualifier, initially scheduled to hold from July 17 to 20, 2024, has been rescheduled to July 10 to 13, 2024. The announcement was made by the chairman of the local organizing committee and the vice president of the Nigerian Tech Ball Federation, Mr. Undudi Edede, on Friday, June 14, 2024. In compliance with the International Federation of Tech Ball This rescheduling has become necessary. We regret any inconvenience this may have caused and apologize for any disruption to participants' preparation. The decision to reschedule the championship ensures alignment with FITEC's requirement. Registration will be honored for the new dates, and participants and attendees are requested to update their calendars accordingly. And that is what I am Emmanuel Fashini.
And that wraps up the news hour. Do not forget to follow us across all of our social platforms and catch our live stream on YouTube for more news programs and documentaries. I'm Sagir Ibrahim. Thanks for watching, and on behalf of the crew, have a good night.